Thank you, Naomi. Hello, d10e Cayman. I'm really excited to be here with our whole team. We are doing a Sense Summit. We are excited to be at d10e again, taking the stage for the 8th time. And since then, as Naomi mentioned, we've successfully completed an ICO. We've been really honored to be a part of the event, and more so even to be here. I think it's amazing to have experienced everything so far with the beauty that the island has to offer, and then knowing that we're here at a technology conference. So today, I wanted to share a little bit about why we're here, what we're working on, and why the future of our world is connected, though still the most important thing is human intelligence, and why that makes sense. So we operate with the fundamental principles that all humans are valuable. We think that the role of the blockchain in the future of the world allows humans to become more valuable. We think that human knowledge and connection is valuable and that every human is fundamentally an entrepreneur. 3 years ago, we set out on this mission to connect all humans together to share what they know and create value, a really simple goal. Because we really fundamentally believe that all humans are entrepreneurs and that the connectivity that we have today is allowing us to leverage platforms, and the social connections that we have are giving us the ability to create better value more quickly among humans and machines. So really, if we think about that, how do we discover our entrepreneurial selves? Well, we operate with a principle that's called ikigai. It's a Japanese principle, and it's the center of your human purpose. So if you can think of yourself finding what you love to do and what you're really good at and what the world needs, and you find the intersection of all three of those things, that's your human purpose. And we're really fortunate if we're able to do those things. I feel fortunate that I've been working with my team for 3 years finding our purpose and really working on the things we love. This is how you move as a human in business to a human as business. It's just natural. And when you do find the center of those things, capital naturally follows. Then that's the fourth area that Ikigai says is what gets you paid. So if you can benefit society doing what you love and what you're good at, capital naturally follows. So think about, what do you spend all of your time doing? What do you love to do? And how do you share your purpose? Well, a lot of us share the things that we love on social channels. We connect together. We share the things we love, and about 3 billion of us today are doing that. So we consider this your human capital. The skills and the knowledge and the life experience that you have, those are the things you're sharing every day, and you're exchanging those things for a value system, likes, hearts, favorites. There's numbers that are somewhat meaningless to you, but they are meaningful to someone else. Advertisers are spending about $130 billion a year paying for your human data. They're leveraging your human capital that you're sharing across these networks, sharing freely on the internet, and you're really not getting the same value for it. But what we have the ability to do today with technology like the blockchain is connect you to that value and allow you to take all of the human capital that you've built and shared and create a value for it. So Sense takes all of your human data, gives you the attribution that you deserve, and allows you to exchange real value. You can exchange your social capital for human capital, essentially. And what we're doing is we're moving users from this centralized world where one publisher owns your data, sells the data over and over, and with your explicit permission, because you did check the box, but without your ability to gain value on it as well. And so we're moving from that centralized system into a decentralized system where you own your data and you can share it freely, and you can get rewarded for it. The first application that we built on Sense, this is our testnet, was built with 2 sets of data that we think are really important to the building of technology in the world. It's your GitHub data, so we love the developers, and Reddit data, which is the front page of the internet. It has been for a very long time. And so Sense allows you to capture your contributions, earn value for it. The more that you contribute data, the more that you earn value, the more that you add that data to your wallet. It's really simple. So really, we've discovered that human data is intrinsically valuable. And now, with Sense, humans can extract the value of their own data and be their own business. So what happens when we have a world of entrepreneurs? Well, we operate globally. And as we've seen d10e in 15 different countries, here in Cayman, we know that we are in the middle of a global hub. And this is why I think we're really fortunate to be able to build in a place like Cayman that truly understands what it's like to operate globally. We all agree that Bitcoin is inherently a store of value. It's probably the most prevalent cryptocurrency that's known by people today. And this map represents the global economy of saturation of Bitcoin. And likely this has grown a little bit since this chart was made. But really what this is showing is that we have to be more efficient in creating global transactions. Today, all money systems work in centralized fashions. They work within their own jurisdictions. And so global exchange and being an entrepreneur, being in the human cloud and being globally connected means that we need a global economy. And that's what cryptocurrency is doing for us. Cayman Island is a great place to run a global business because it operates with the new rules. We can create our rules. This is the global digital landscape today. And in May of 2017, I did this slide, and the number of current cryptocurrency users was 5 million. And that was by MIT and Cambridge. A study that was done collectively showed 5 million total users. If you grow that at the same rate as Bitcoin, about 10x, that's about 50 million today. We're still in estimates. It's really hard to quantify the decentralized network. But even if it's at 50 million, that's 1% of the total 5 billion mobile users that we have today. Only 1% of total users who use cryptocurrency. So really that means that 2/3 of the world's humans are connected digitally, and yet only 1% of them or less use cryptocurrency, even though digital currency is the most easy value store, the easy thing to transact. So why is that? Well, it's just really hard. Has anybody participated in an ICO? Have you invested in an ICO? Okay, keep your hand up if you found it to be easy. So that's cryptocurrency. It's still difficult to use. The technology isn't really there, but we have a room full of technologists, and today you're going to see presentations by many ICOs that are working to change this really rapidly. And this is what we did with Sensay, the first app that was built on top of the Sense network. It's allowing you to earn and share cryptocurrency in chat. So I'll play the video, and really easily you can see your profile. You have some Sensay coins, which you've earned by helping other people, by sharing your knowledge. You can redeem those and enter an Ether wallet address. And then we just do a quick confirm, and that's it. You're going to type it in, and you're going to be able to exchange your value that you've earned on Sensay, which is a centralized application on Facebook Messenger, for an Ethereum-based token called Sense. Now, we have this built in Facebook Messenger, Telegram, Kik. We've built in other platforms like Slack, SMS, WeChat, Line. All of the things that are possible are in beta now for us, all of the different messengers, and truly we can build on top of any chat messenger. Our team built this that are here today, all of our developers. I hope you get to say hello. And what we're showing is that any bot or application, literally on any platform, can easily exchange digital currency and for the value that's stored within the network. So Reddit Karma points can become real digital value. All of the likes and favorites and hearts can become something of real meaningful value. Your human capital can be exchanged for something valuable. So Forbes had written about Sensay and said that human connection is still a much more valuable resource than marketing data. While $130 billion, marketing data is very valuable, but we believe that human connection is even more so. We discovered that if you make the right connection, it will result in a transaction. And so if you can connect all the humans together directly without any intermediaries and allow them to freely share and transact, it will result in a lot more value than just selling their data to advertisers. Advertisers are broadcasting. We need narrowcasting. We want to go one-to-one and connect directly to people. And so now you can connect to both humans and machines, because bots will become a lot more prevalent, we see this in messengers, to transact your value or your knowledge. So we're really embracing the economy of the developers, and very excited that as we have launched, we have bridged the gap between the applications in the centralized world and the decentralized world, so the dApps. It's really important to know the difference between these two. Facebook Messenger is a centralized application. They hold all of your data and they have a right to it, a right to sell it. In the blockchain world, it's a decentralized application. It's distributed on a network, and you own it. You have the right to it. And so this discoverability that we've created allows you to have two different methods. One is humans, and one is data. They're human data. And so basically, any developer can connect to any human with their permission, and they can also access all of their data. And that's where the AI comes in. As Naomi had mentioned, at our fundamental core, we're an AI-based company that also has a communications platform. We allow you to have your data stored and accessed. And so if you are building a bot or you're building an application, centralized or decentralized, you can build on top of Sense and allow your users to extract value. So we provide this open access to humans and their data. We make the human data transfer fast, valuable, and scalable. And we create a value exchange with attribution on the blockchain. Blockchain attribution is really important because that's a true value store. It's not manipulated, and it's not stuck into a centralized database. And so you'll see a lot of this coming up today when you start to learn more about the blockchain companies. If you are developing, these are some of the categories of apps that we're looking for that will work really, really well inside the Sense network. We have today 1,200 developers who've signed up and authenticated to code. Of those, 400 got early access by participating in our token sale. And so we're really excited that we are now moving into a truly global economy. I think it's also important to mention that as you go through this process, if you are running an ICO, the core of your platform is really the developers. The core community are the users, and then you also have shareholders. In the current system with a corporation, the incentives are misaligned between the parties that exist. You have the shareholders who want to extract the most profit, and they want to make an investment and with a return. You have the employees who want to make the most money and want to get the most paycheck, and so they also want to work for the company, but they really want a big return. And then you have the user who wants the lowest price usually. And those three things are misaligned because as you're extracting the highest profit, you're suppressing the price, or you're raising the price. What decentralization does, and giving people the ability to buy into a crowd sale or a token sale, is it aligns the incentives of everyone. Now the user can own some of the tokens, which makes them a shareholder, and a developer can build on the network, and by using the tokens also makes them a shareholder, and they funnel in their users or become a user themselves. So we're excited that we're aligning the incentives of everyone together, and I think that's what the promise of the new movement is doing. And so the final thing is, running an ICO, we've learned a lot of things. It's much different than raising venture capital. We did raise $6 million in venture capital from traditional VCs early on in Silicon Valley. And what we learned along the way when doing an ICO is that governance really has to be determined by you, almost. There are different regulations coming out. Each country has its own. When you have investors or token buyers, rather, in 50 different countries, then how do you operate globally? And I think that goes back to finding your grounding in a place like Cayman. So I joined the board of the ICO Governance Foundation to really dig into what it's like to go through full compliance and how we can shape the world of our own governance as we are playing by our own rules, essentially, and creating them. Trust and accountability are very important. Blockchain inherently has those. Everything is transparent, and so that is the most important thing when you're building out on this technology, and that's what we give our users too. And finally, transparent financial reporting is something that we discovered when you have venture capital, you typically give reports to your investors, and you're used to giving quarterly updates. This is a little bit different. We are integrating with a company called Glass, and they're allowing direct financial reporting. Governments are also embracing this. As a government, if you connect your data and you make open data an initiative, and you allow transparent financials to the public, much better things can happen. Bigger change can happen much more quickly because the community can jump in. So we are Sense, and we're hiring awesome humans. It's hard to see there, but it's sense.breezy.hr. We're using a platform for that. We are hiring globally. We consider ourselves a decentralized company, so our team lives in all different places in the world. And you can go to makesense.com if you'd like to make sense with us. Thank you so much.